Welcome to Hero Villains! What do you think about Beta Ray Bill and Battle Beast? A clash between thunder and the thirst for battle. Beta Ray Bill is a legendary Korbinite warrior who proved himself worthy to wield Stormbreaker, a weapon once equal to Thor's hammer, Mjolnir. His body was reconstructed and enhanced to become a living war machine, possessing physical strength on par with the gods of Asgard, extraordinary speed, and astonishing endurance. When Stormbreaker is summoned, Bill can command cosmic lightning, open spatial gateways, and unleash attacks with terrifying destructive power, enough to shake an entire interplanetary battlefield. Battle Beast, a predator from the Invincible universe, is the embodiment of pure war instinct. He lives solely to seek worthy battles, possessing strength, speed, and durability far beyond most species in the galaxy. Battle Beast can fight head-on against disaster-level entities, endure fatal wounds while continuing to battle, and the more injured he becomes, the more ferocious he grows. Before we dive deeper into the analysis, please press the subscribe button and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you very much. Beta Ray Bill is a Korbinite champion rebuilt with advanced biotechnology, chosen to become a living shield to protect the people of Korbin in the burning galaxy. When his homeland faced annihilation after the invasion of Surtur and his infamous fire demon army, he led his people away from the planet aboard the ship Scuttlebutt, beginning a desperate migration across endless space. Bill was not only a commander but also a symbol of hope, always standing on the front line against every looming threat. Enhanced with the DNA of the savage Tuog, Bill bears a distinctive appearance with an unusual horse-like face, accompanied by strength and durability far beyond normal limits. It was this unyielding will and spirit of sacrifice that led him to a fateful encounter with Thor. In their first clash, Bill did the unthinkable by proving himself worthy to lift Mjolnir, the hammer that obeys only those who are truly noble. Convinced by his pure courage and selfless heart, Odin granted Beta Ray Bill a weapon of his own named Stormbreaker, forged from the same divine Uru as Mjolnir. From that moment on, Bill was not only the protector of Korbin, but also a warrior bearing the power of Thor, a living legend born from war. Beta Ray Bill was not merely a survivor of ultimate catastrophe. He took part in some of the most brutal cosmic conflicts. From the battle against Surtur to the Annihilation War, when the Annihilation Wave swept across the stars. On the vast battlefield of the galaxy, Bill fought alongside the Star Masters, the Annihilators, and even Earth's heroes, standing together to defend the Milky Way from impending extinction. Tragedy never released its grip on him. When Galactus devoured New Korbin, Bill once again lost his home and what remained of his people. That pain drove him into a life or death confrontation with Astaroth, the entity that consumed the final remnants of the Korbinites. Bill emerged victorious, but the cost was his own life, forcing him to exist within the human body of Simon Walters for a period filled with inner conflict and alienation. During the Black Winter event, Bill was gravely injured, Stormbreaker was destroyed, and he became trapped in an uncontrollable transformed state. Refusing to accept fate, Bill embarked on a solitary journey through Muspelheim to claim Twilight, the magical sword once wielded by Surtur. Upon taking Twilight, he regained his shape-shifting ability and began forging a new identity, stepping out from Thor's shadow and becoming himself in a way never before realized. After the Asgardians were erased from history, Bill recovered Stormbreaker and inadvertently replaced Thor, inheriting the Thunder God's entire legacy and achievements, including the role of a founding member of the Avengers. This was not merely a substitution, but proof of a warrior who endured loss, death, and rebirth, yet continued to stand firm in a universe that never stops collapsing. The confrontation between Beta Ray Bill and Thor is often cited as a decisive victory for Bill, but when examined more closely, the truth is far more nuanced. Bill did not truly defeat Thor in an overwhelming or superior sense. At that time, the two warriors stood on nearly equal ground in terms of power. If Thor was separated from Mjolnir for more than 60 seconds, he would revert to his mortal form as Donald Blake. This factor tilted the battle in Bill's favor, not because he completely surpassed the God of Thunder. Both Thor and Beta Ray Bill have directly confronted Silver Surfer, an entity renowned for near indestructible durability within the universe. Both were strong enough to defend themselves against Surfer, but the way they expressed their power was entirely different. In a fierce battle, Thor delivered punches that left visible dents on Silver Surfer's head, notably achieving this without the aid of Mjolnir. When Beta Ray Bill faced Silver Surfer, he proved himself equal in combat power and endurance. The clash was intense, balanced, and prolonged, but Bill never managed to inflict any clearly visible physical damage on Surfer. Most of Beta Ray Bill's divine power originates from Stormbreaker. When he does not have this weapon in hand, he still possesses a superhuman physique and a noble nature. But the true power of Thunder is no longer complete. After the fall of Asgard and the conflict that led to the death of the Skrull, both Thor and Bill worked together to lift the city back to its original position. Not long after, Thor asked Bill to assist him in another battle on Earth, but Bill chose his own path. He departed in silence, leaving the priests with a promise that he would reunite the forces and find a way to unify the remaining Skrull. Carrying an unrelenting pain of loss, Bill decided to hunt Galactus to avenge the destruction of the Korbinite's second homeworld and the looming extinction of his people. After a brief encounter with the Herald Stardust, he was stopped by Silver Surfer. Surfer could not hide his confusion at Bill's seemingly hopeless mission, for no one could destroy Galactus alone. Before their short clash, Bill openly admitted that he had no intention of defeating Galactus through raw power, but instead would destroy every world that the entity sought to drain of energy, forcing him to starve to death in the cold vacuum of space. That extreme obsession caused Bill to lose his worthiness in the eyes of Stormbreaker, leaving him unable to lift his own magical weapon. With no other choice, Bill armed himself with alien weapons taken from the Voidian and continued the hunt. When he finally found Galactus, he discovered that the cosmic being was under attack by another race and pushed to the brink of destruction. In a moment of conscience, Bill chose to save his sworn enemy. That act not only saved Galactus, but also redeemed his own soul. The grateful cosmic entity rewarded Bill with a Korbinite life partner, bringing an end to his long solitude and restoring his ability to wield Stormbreaker. From that point on, Bill continued his journey with his power returned, but more importantly, with a heart that had rediscovered balance between hatred and compassion. I truly hope you will subscribe to the channel. It would help us a great deal, and you are the most wonderful person. Thank you very much. Now let us talk about Battle Beast. Thok, known throughout the universe as Battle Beast, is the embodiment of an unending thirst for combat. He roams the stars with a single purpose: to find an opponent strong enough to deserve a battle that lasts until the end of life itself. To Battle Beast, fighting is not a task or an obligation, but the meaning of existence. Because of this, he once nearly took Invincible's life and almost crushed the entire Guardians of the Globe, not out of hatred, but simply to test the worth of the strength before him. Originating from a race within the coalition of planets, Battle Beast was once a warrior who protected his homeworld. Long immersion in war gradually made him addicted to the sensation of battle until he could no longer find meaning in protection or obedience. He abandoned his position and began a solitary journey across the universe to hunt those who could make his blood boil with every heartbeat. Hoping that the inhabitants of Earth might offer the challenge he craved, Battle Beast agreed to serve under Machine Head. When Titan and Invincible attacked in an attempt to stop Machine Head, Battle Beast was finally somewhat satisfied. He easily defeated Invincible and the Guardians of the Globe, turning the confrontation into a cold and brutal display of power. Bulletproof and Black Samson tried to stand in his way, but only found themselves moments from death. Yet, even that victory was not enough to sate Battle Beast's hunger for war. Disappointed by the weakness of his opponents, he quietly leapt through a teleportation portal and left Earth. Continuing his lonely journey, Thok is portrayed as one of the most terrifying entities, a warrior whose power approaches that of Thrag, and who is nearly without equal for hundreds of years. Before 500 years had passed, his strength surpassed that of almost every other individual, to the point that conventional standards of power became nearly meaningless when placed beside him. Even without releasing his full strength, Thok easily defeated Mark and the group known as the Guardians of the Galaxy. Thok's level of danger was so great that Nolan, ranked among the second or third strongest Viltrumites at the time, chose not to intervene to save his son. Battle Beast can fight 5 to 7 Viltrumites at the same time while still maintaining the upper hand, something very few beings in the universe are capable of. Top-tier Invincible individuals usually reach planetoid-level strength, but Battle Beast goes far beyond that threshold. In essence, he stands equal to Thrag, the two representing opposite poles of the same absolute standard of power. Battle Beast is often compared to an invincible version of the Hulk, a living war machine bound by the curse of eternal rage. That never-ending fury continuously drives his power beyond all limits, turning every battle into a storm of violence, where only the strong are allowed to exist. Do not forget that Battle Beast once slashed open his own abdomen with the very weapon he was wielding, solely to ensure that the battle was fought under absolutely fair conditions. This was not an act of madness, but a declaration of a warrior who revered honor more than life itself. Although he ultimately fell, the reason was not inferiority, but because the wound he inflicted upon himself was more severe than anything Thrag endured. Thrag had to spend many days, even nearly a full week, in a life and death struggle to finally bring down Battle Beast. In contrast, Thrag was able to easily pierce the bodies of Nolan, Mark, Conquest, and possibly even Alan, demonstrating the terrifying disparity in durability and endurance possessed by Battle Beast. Battle Beast can survive in the vacuum of space, be completely frozen, and still maintain life until he crashes into an atmosphere and thaws. This shows that he almost does not need to breathe, and he surpasses Invincible, Omni-Man, and even Thetis. These three once destroyed the planet Viltrum with the assistance of Space Racer. Although Battle Beast may not be able to replicate that feat entirely on his own, he is still stronger than each individual among them, and fully capable of causing a similar catastrophe to a small planet. Battle Beast's durability is also astonishing. He can stand firm against the punches of a Viltrumite, a race in which even an average individual is strong enough to crack mountains or create massive impact craters simply by landing from the sky. Viltrumites also possess faster than light speed and can endure both stellar surface temperatures and core level heat for several minutes. Battle Beast matches them in combat speed, even in space, which means he also reaches faster than light level. With all of this taken into account, Battle Beast has clearly reached planetary level. The only reason he has not advanced to stellar level lies in his heat resistance limit, because he cannot survive stellar temperatures like a Viltrumite. Omni-Man would be torn apart if he fought Battle Beast. Battle Beast is far stronger than Omni-Man, and a fight between them would be completely one-sided, which is why Omni-Man chose to avoid confronting him. Battle Beast and Thrag fought for many days without either side winning. This shows that their power is equivalent, because if it were not, the battle would not have lasted for so long. Battle Beast is undoubtedly one of the strongest characters in the universe, and one of the few who can stand against the Viltrumites. He fought for many days with Thrag, the strongest Viltrumite in the Invincible universe, on a distant and desolate planet, where the sky was stained with ash and the land lay barren as if it had been dead for millennia. Two legendary warriors crossed paths by chance while hunting their own enemies. In that fateful moment, Battle Beast mistook Beta Ray Bill for a target to be destroyed and immediately launched an attack. Bill tried to speak and explain, but in the face of his opponent's blind thirst for battle, all words became meaningless. Battle Beast struck first, erupting with supersonic speed, his razor-sharp claws and raw power crashing down on Bill like a storm of violence. A relentless barrage of blows tore through the air, leaving deep cracks in Bill's armor and sending him flying hundreds of meters away. Refusing to be overwhelmed, Beta Ray Bill swung Stormbreaker, calling thunder from the heavens to strike directly at his enemy. Lightning illuminated the land in a blinding flash. But Battle Beast swiftly evaded, counterattacking and rending the Asgardian armor with terrifying savagery. The ground shook violently, debris erupting like rain as the two forces collided. In the opening moments, Battle Beast held the advantage thanks to his killing instinct and combat experience forged through countless massacres. Realizing he could not win in a direct exchange, Bill soared into the sky, using Stormbreaker to summon a raging lightning storm that poured down upon Battle Beast. Bolts of electricity tore through his body, inflicting severe wounds. Yet within moments, Battle Beast rose again, his injuries closing as a defiant grin spread across his face. With an explosive leap, Battle Beast shot into the air, dragging Bill straight back down to the ground and plunging them into a brutal grapple. His strength shattered part of Bill's armor with a horrifying sound of cracking metal. Amid the madness, Battle Beast laughed loudly, mocking his opponent and boasting of the thousands who had fallen beneath his claws. In response, Beta Ray Bill unleashed his latent Asgardian energy, channeling all his strength to hurl Battle Beast into a distant mountain range, causing the terrain to collapse in a thunderous shock. Driven to his absolute limit, Battle Beast entered a state of total fury. He attacked relentlessly with ever-increasing speed and power, each strike carrying murderous force that nearly crushed Bill. Blood and sparks sprayed through the air, the space around them trembling as if on the verge of shattering. At the brink of defeat, Beta Ray Bill, his body battered and torn, remembered his mission to protect the Korbinite people and the lives he had sworn never to abandon. With willpower rising above the pain, Bill activated the full power of Stormbreaker. A massive cosmic storm formed, engulfing the entire planet in lightning and raging winds. Gripping the divine weapon, Beta Ray Bill descended like a meteor, delivering a supreme thunderous blow that pierced through Battle Beast's defenses. Blinding light swallowed the battlefield. When the storm finally faded, Battle Beast lay motionless upon the shattered ground, while Beta Ray Bill stood silently amid the ruins, breathing heavily yet unbowed like a god who had just endured a trial of life and death. The winner, Beta Ray Bill. I hope you enjoyed this battle. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Follow me if you liked it. That is today's video. Thank you very much.